was just like, I've never joined someone's live before, so I was just like crossing my fingers it was going to work.
I know, it's a little nerve-wracking because it's like, oh my God, I'm being put on the spot. And it's like hoping that technology will work, but better still that we know what we're doing. So
Totally.
Yay. So you're in New York, but it's lunchtime there, right?
Yeah, I'm in Brooklyn, although the schedule I've been on, I just had breakfast. I've been like going to bed so late, waking up late, working out like in the afternoon. So not my usual schedule.
Not your usual schedule, yeah.
Yeah.
Like everything's just turned upside down. It's like, cause getting out of bed is an achievement, so.
It really is.
Well, thank you for joining me. Those who are jumping on now, this is Simone 7, where we hope to inspire, connect, and have a laugh. And those who, if they've been living under a rock and don't know who you are Isabella Boylston, principal ballerina with the American Ballet Theatre in New York. So we have actually never met. But
we've never met. I've taken your class with Allison, I believe. Alice
yeah.
in New York. And honestly, like after I did that workout, my body felt incredible, like in rehearsal for the next week.
Yeah.
It was just like, I don't know. I think it really like keeps for me in ballet, like you always want to be like on the balls of your feet and not like, you know, just like slapping your feet flat on the ground. And I feel like I don't know, your workout required that sort of nimbleness.
Yeah.
It was really
especially
fun.
like the dance cardio. Did you do any of the trampoline work or?
No, I need to go back and try it.
Yeah, that's fun too. That's
cool.
Really great for all the elevation. But yeah, I think it's a great workout. I used to dance. I trained. I put my little crossover on for you today.
Cute.
In honor of you. But obviously, I was explaining to my husband this morning about, you know, just the sacrifices that you make and to get to your level. You know, there's not many of you who actually get to be a principal, you know, ballerina, principal artist. So it's such, you know, I mean, tell me about that journey real quick before we get into the questions.
Sure. Well, so I'm from Sun Valley, Idaho, originally. It's a ski town, for those of you who don't know. My parents actually met on a ski lift. And then, my brother and I came along and my mom just signed me up for some ballet classes at the local rec center. And, I mean, we were like really athletic and outdoorsy kids growing up in Idaho, but ballet was like the hardest out of all the sports that I did. And I think that challenge kind of turned me on and like hooked me. And so, yeah, I've been dancing ever since. I joined the junior company of ABT when I was 18, moved to New York City, and then worked my way up through the ranks of the ballet company to principal dancer. And this is my 6th or 7th season as a principal dancer.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, let's get straight into the questions. Question
Sure.
number 1 is just, you know, how are you feeling at these times in uncertain times, and how are you practicing self-care?
I mean, honestly, like the cancellation of our big Met season was a huge disappointment. So usually May through July, we perform 8 shows a week in New York City at Lincoln Center. And it's kind of like our playoff season or like our Olympics. So, I mean, obviously it's devastating to have that canceled. But I've just been trying to stay motivated. Honestly, what's helped me a lot is like being able to live stream my ballet classes on Instagram, just to feel like I still have a community to connect with, because ballet is very social. Actually, you're always like in the studio with like all your colleagues around. It's a very like physical, full contact like discipline. So yeah, so that's helped me. I don't know, I've been taking really long baths, FaceTiming my friends all the time, you know, drinking a lot of coffee and wine.
Yeah. It happens, doesn't it? It's like, I will not drink today. And then by 6 o'clock, you're like, well, I deserve it. I made it through the day. Well, tell me about your classes. They're Cindy's, right? Cindy's ballet class, or?
Yeah, so James Whiteside, one of my best friends and like frequent dance partner at ABT, we call each other the Cindies. That's like our nickname for each other, Cindy. I don't really even know how that started. But anyway, so it's the Cindy's ballet class Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. I think it's hard to take if you don't have any ballet training because we move pretty quickly. But I think anyone with even like beginner ballet training can follow along.
Yeah. I love your développé. It was just like just behind your
Thank you.
Just have a look at that toe. That's so beautiful.
Hey, gotta stay flexible.
You got it. And then the cowboy boots. That was, if anyone hasn't watched, go back and find the video in the cowboy boots because that was pretty exceptional.
Thank you.
So I guess your self-care is your wine, your coffee, your bath, your ballet class.
Yeah. That's probably it, honestly. I mean, it's been, like, I'm not going to lie, it's been really hard for me to stay motivated right now because I'm used to always having a show on the calendar that I'm, like, ramping up for. And without that, it's definitely much harder.
Yeah. So what do you think you've discovered about yourself in this time of stillness?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I think I'm naturally such an extroverted person, and I think I'm like being forced to spend more time with myself, and I think it's like just giving me the confidence that I'm like, like I'm okay spending time on my own. I'm gonna be fine. Yeah. So maybe I've learned that it's okay to like, spend more time to yourself.
Sit with yourself. So I danced for many years, but I did musical theatre, and when people ask me what I miss about that, I have to say it's that the camaraderie of being in the dressing room, and you have the people that basically become your family because you see them every day.
Totally.
I get that. I really remember the cast, the families of the different shows that I did. But yeah, luckily I have my son and my husband at home. But when you're on your own, all of a sudden you're like, what do I do now? You've got roomies though, right?
I live with my husband, Dan. Yeah, so
he's a good roomie to have.
He's a great roommate. Yes. It's actually been really fun. Like he loves cooking, luckily, and I hate cooking, so we've been eating very well. Like he cooks and I eat. So
that's exactly the same here. I'm like, I'm liking this plan. I'm like, why didn't you experiment with something else today and I'll be the dummy and try it out? So
totally.
So, okay, this is an interesting one. I'd love to know what your health and wellness routine looks like now, but then also like take me through a day that it would have looked like before we entered into this madness.
Yeah, so before the quarantine, basically I would rehearse for up to 9 hours a day, 5 or 6 days a week. So very, very, very intense. But that's part of just what I've been used to ever since I went professional, because we're always learning so many different ballets at once. So in order, like I'll rehearse every hour, or every half hour, I'll be rehearsing a different ballet. So that, and right now probably working out for like 2 or 3 hours a day, which is way less. I've been doing like my ballet class, and then I'll do some like additional conditioning. And I started, like, the main thing I miss is jumping, because I'm considered like a jumper as a ballerina. And so I noticed my quads were atrophying. And so then I tried to like jump in my kitchen, and then it's such a hard floor, so I was getting shin splints. So I started putting on my sneakers, and then I go outside and just like find an abandoned area and just like jump. And it really helps. Yeah.
That's really fascinating. I would recommend then I know ordering's a little slow at the moment and getting things delivered, but getting a trampoline, because you could because honestly it's so good for your quad and hamstring and calves, and but then you'll really get that feeling of
That's such a good idea. And actually, I just got your app. Are there exercises on there for the trampoline?
Yeah, there's all. Cool. Actually, Alice did a lot of the videos on there for the trampoline. So
Amazing.
you can, check that out.
That's such a good idea. I will totally do that, and it also sounds quite fun.
But then you'll be like through the ceiling of the kitchen.
Oh my God, yeah. Luckily, we have pretty high ceilings.
What motivates you?
What motivates me? Honestly, I think my almost like a chip on my shoulder, like a competitive streak, like not in a bad way. I feel like people, especially for women, they associate like competitiveness with something negative, but it's not like, I don't know. I feel like I'm competitive with myself, and I want to like just constantly be reaching a higher level of excellence. And I think that, that drives me. Like, I want to be the best that I can be at everything. I mean, obviously, mainly ballet.
I think you have to have that personality to do anything to the level that, you do for athletes, dancers.
Totally.
Because it's like there's no perfection, is there? It's like you're always constantly striving for perfection, or, each day is different, and having to just constantly train. Like, one of my favorite quotes is, Mikhail Baryshnikov, where he doesn't try to dance better than anyone else. He only tries to dance better than himself. That's actually on the walls of all of my studios. And I never had like Johnny Depp or any, I'm probably showing my age now because I'm old, but I didn't have any heartthrobs at the end of my bed, but I had a picture of Mikhail Baryshnikov, and that was
hot.
Quite underneath growing up as a kid. But I love that, is that, as you said, you're in competition with yourself, or you're always driving through to be the best version.
Totally. And I'm sure you also like are very familiar with that as an entrepreneur and someone who's built their own business from scratch. I'm sure you need this, like the same type of grit that you need as an athlete can help you as an entrepreneur.
Yeah. I was discussing with, I don't call her my assistant because she's kind of my everything, but Vicky, I think, he's been emailing. But like, there's always someone, younger, faster, hungrier coming up behind, and I'm sure you know that in the ranks as well. And it's like, so you have to stay on your game. You have to. There's someone else who's going to waiting in the wings, literally.
Oh yeah, it's a never-ending hustle.
Yeah. So what advice would you give to your 20-year-old self?
Ooh, my 20-year-old self. Ooh, I love that. I think, honestly, the number one thing I would say is don't compare yourself to other people. Like, especially in ballet, I think it's so easy to compare yourself to others, to be like, oh, like if I had her body, or if I had like, I don't know, it looks like she has such an easy journey. She's just like got it made. But everyone has their own struggles, their own unique journey. And I think, I would have saved myself a lot of despair if I would have been able to not like compare myself to people, and instead just like focusing on what you can control, because you can't control what other people do. And I think also what I've learned with maturity is just how beautiful it is that there are so many different types of ballerinas in ABT. Like, you can go to the ballet 8 nights a week and see like a different principal every single night, and it's a completely different show, and that's amazing. And it would be so lame if we all looked and danced the same.
Yeah.
So that's my big thing, I think. Don't compare and despair.
Yeah, there you go. That's a tough one, I think, especially for young women. I think that's, we are our biggest enemy in that way. We do get in the way of allowing ourselves to just be. But it comes back to the question at the start, is just being still and being happy with who we are. But that also comes with maturity and life experience.
Yeah.
I think it's easy to say now, but harder.
It's so true. You just have to live it.
Yeah.
But I do imagine it's probably like heightened even for women who are 20 now, just because of social media. Yeah. Like, there's so many people to like, be comparing yourself to.
There's so many positives to come out of social media, like allowing us to connect like this.
Yeah.
But then, there definitely are so many negatives. So
I feel the same. It's a trade-off.
Yeah. What does success look like to you?
I think success is about like, I don't know, just feeling like happy and like proud of yourself, honestly, feeling like you did your best. And feeling, I don't know, I think you can get a lot of like peace from just knowing that you tried your best. I think that, and also I think like knowing that you were nice to people and having like a great group of friends around you as a result of your just like being generous and kind to others.
That's beautiful. Tell me, so is there a moment, was there a performance, was there anything that you were like, that felt like the peak, of your success of your career, or are you still waiting?
No, I think one of them was definitely when I got promoted to principal dancer, because that had been my like laser focus ever since I was probably like 12.
Yeah.
To be a principal in ABT, so that was really cool. Another one I think was when I brought ballet back to my hometown and like put on a ballet festival there with like ballet stars from all over the world. It felt very like full circle to be able to like give back to my community where I came from. So those are probably my two pinnacles so far.
Yeah. And that's the thing, I think I started dancing at the age of 3, and I remember I was like, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to dance. People were like, oh, did your mum push you into it? I was like, no, I knew. And that's one thing I like, the dance training, the discipline, the ambition that you have, from a young child. Mm-hmm. I think it's such wonderful skills to use as an adult, even if you don't continue to dance, if you use it in any forms of fields of your career, to really have that drive and is really, really great. And I want, for my son's 1, I'm like, I don't want to put any pressure on him. I want him to do what he wants to do, but I do want him to have something where he uses his body, because I think it's such a wonderful tool. It's muscle memory, all of the great things that come from,
Totally. And I feel like kids gain so much confidence from doing athletic things, whether it's like ballet or sports.
Yeah. Okay, so the last question is just a silly one, and it's, okay. You're on a deserted island and you're allowed to take 3 things with you. What would they be? 3
things. Oh my gosh. Okay, probably like my iPad, because I could download unlimited books on there. Let's see. Oh, definitely something to play music. Something.
I guess your iPad play music?
I guess my iPad could play Spotify too. So those are critical.
Yeah.
I guess, and hopefully I can FaceTime on my iPad too.
Yeah.
It's very multi-purpose.
Come and get me, SOS, come and get me.
And then I think just like an unlimited supply of spaghetti. And
is that your favorite food?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I eat pasta a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do like low carb.
That's wonderful. I'm glad that you shared that, because there's so much, because you're using that for fuel. Right? Mm-hmm. You need that, especially if you're a jumper. You need that, and that's important, because I think so many people think that you live off, air,
yogurt. Totally. No. I like, not to digress, but like I love pasta. I also think like it's not good to like deprive yourself too much unless it's something really bad for you. Like I don't eat much sugar, actually. That's like the one thing that I try to limit. Also, except for wine. It's a lot of sugar. But I don't know. I don't really have a sweet tooth. I'd much rather eat like French fries with mayonnaise.
Yeah, you're lucky. I could eat chocolate for breakfast sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, that's my downfall, is the
antioxidants.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm going with.
Totally. Okay, and what's the third thing I would bring? Okay, unlimited pasta, my iPad. Can I bring a golden retriever puppy?
Oh, that is so cute. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah. Then you can live off fish and live off the ocean. I think, that they're all wonderful answers. I like it. I like the pasta. Maybe the golden retriever puppy will have to have cooking lessons off your husband so that he can learn to do the pasta.
Exactly.
So now it comes to the 7-minute circuit.
Hell yeah. I'm
7
ready.
exercises for a minute each. and I ask each guest to bring or suggest their own. So what have you brought for today?
All right, here's what I've got. And I figured this was a good one because I know you all have a lot of this right now in your apartment or house.
I love it. Wine, that's perfect. Well, I actually drank through my wine, so I've got tequila. So
oh, good. Okay, that works.
So we're going to start. So let's get a little bit of area.
Okay. Do I need like a yoga mat or anything?
No, we'll do some things standing. Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm in my kitchen, so there's a few obstacles,
right,
but we can try to work around them.
Let's see if I put this up.
All right, I think I can take off my sweater. I came ready.
You did. You're like, I'm ready to do this. Hang on.
Ready. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay.
Okay. Tequila, wine. Perfect. All right. Because for your ballet heritage, let's start off in a nice second. And we're just going to do a deep plie and a bicep curl.
Okay.
And we'll start the timer 7 minutes. This one's for 60 seconds. So is red wine your favorite?
Actually, my favorite is probably Chardonnay.
Okay.
And I know this is really bougie, but I love like Burgundy Chardonnay, like from France. That's probably my favorite.
Why not, darling? Of course.
Why not? Montrachet.
Yeah.
Sponsor me.
I know. It's almost time for rosé too. I was like, it's almost rosé weather.
I love that. Like a nice Provence rosé.
Yeah. What's the weather like in New York?
It's definitely turning into spring. The trees are starting to bloom. It's been really like windy. I guess April showers or whatever they say.
So let's do 5 more seconds.
Okay. You're in LA, right?
Yeah. Where it's sunny most of the time.
Uh-huh.
All right, and shake it out. Gorge. All right, let's
That was good. I was feeling it.
Deep plie. That's your warm-up. You're going to stay down, and we're just going to do little pulses in the plie with your heavy wine bottle or tequila bottle. So we're just pulsing down as you squeeze your glutes together, warming up the quad, the hamstring, and the glute.
You probably don't find this so much, but I feel like as a ballet dancer, I feel like my body is so asymmetrical.
Yeah.
Because we do so much like just on one side in ballet, like in all my performances.
Yeah.
Like I only turn to the right. It's
so
very
which side your beautiful développé, is that your right leg?
I'm a righty, yeah. Right leg up, yeah. Right leg up, turning to the right. Yeah.
And 4 more seconds. Woo, this is working.
This is good.
Good.
Get the quads.
And rest. Ooh.
Quads are not going to be atrophying today. No, ma'am.
Let's do a little balance. I'm going to make you do it parallel, though, which will feel really weird for you.
Okay.
Balance on one leg. Lock this run in.
Okay.
And you're just going to do an overhead press. You're just going to lift it up above your head and then come back down again.
Okay.
So working on balance and stability and core strength.
This is actually so good for me because I've had a lot of ankle sprains.
Wow.
That's been like one of my main problems over the years.
I was going to ask you that because like a dancer's body gets beaten up. Just the fact that you rehearse for like 8 to 9 hours a day.
Totally.
Yeah. So ankles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been... but I can feel right now my ankles like wobbly.
Screaming. All right, swap to the other side. Nice parallel. Lock that one in. Abs tight and overhead press. And then what happens if you sprain your ankle? How long are you off?
It depends. I mean, I think one of my regrets is that I didn't take off the time that I needed actually when I had a really severe ankle sprain.
Yeah.
And so it never quite healed correctly. And I'm still paying for it. it just doesn't quite work as well as it used to, unfortunately.
Do you use like resistance bands and do all like the PT?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think, it's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
But I'm not always...
more seconds on this one, so say hang in there, ankle.
Hang in there, ankle, yes.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
this side's
insane when
better.
you think about the fact that you balance on point literally on one foot on your big toe.
It is. It's pretty crazy what we do.
All right, check it out.
Cool.
Good. All right. Have you got a wall or anything that you can slide down?
Yes, I have a wall over here.
I saw you did this one the other day and I liked it. So let's do it.
It's good, right?
Let's start hip width distance apart. You're going to slide down your wall. So you're going to do a little wall sit. You really want to try and draw your navel towards your spine so you're keeping your back flat into the wall. And we're just going to extend the arms out and in. So you're working your chest and your shoulders. Woo. And obviously your quads and your hamstrings and your glutes are feeling some love right now.
Feeling it. Oh, yeah. Man, I wish we could record this. Maybe there's a way to do it. Maybe Vicky could figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I think we have to screen record it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Simone's 7-minute wine workout. I'm
exactly.
here for it.
And then I'll send it to you.
Yes. Okay, please do.
It's almost like I just need, it's too early for tequila over here, but, woo, mama, it's hard. 5 more seconds.
Feeling it.
4, I know, right? And 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Slide back up the wall.
I have my Cindy's ballet class at 2, and I'm going to be so warm.
You'll be so warm. I'll have to tune in for that. That's so cute.
Oh, yeah.
So bring one leg forward. You're going to come into actually, let's do a curtsy. Because it's ballet,
okay.
ballet. Yeah. So you're going to just hold your wine, and we'll just do a curtsy and tap.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
And curtsy. So you're working this quad, hamstring, and glute. And down.
My left glute is a lot weaker than the right one for some reason.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about keeping your hips even or
yes.
Not really? Yeah,
yes,
okay.
Yes, want to try to, yeah. Because it's different to a reverse lunge when we're parallel. So this is obviously externally rotated.
Yeah.
Trying to keep those hips still. And let's add on a little balance. Woo! She says as she pulls over. Down and up. And down. Okay, we've got 30 more seconds and then we'll switch over to the other side. And I know we look crazy doing this, but this is just to prove that, there really is no excuse. You can work out at home and you can use anything that you have in your house.
That's right.
Let's swap to the other side. My heart rate's up.
I know. No excuses, people.
Yeah, exactly.
And it makes you happy, so why not do it?
It does. Let's try the other side, just curtsy and tap to begin with. It's like life without exercise to me is like, if I don't exercise for a few days, I'm like, why do I feel depressed?
Totally. Same.
It's like, because I haven't got those good endorphins pumping.
Totally. Yeah, the mind and body connection is just so powerful.
Yeah. 3 and 2. And now we'll go to a balance. And hold. And down. Hold. It's like, timber. Whoop. See, 2 more.
Falling over.
One. And good. Now we get to crack it open and drink.
Hell yeah.
Just kidding.
I might wait a couple more hours.
Make sure you do it after your ballet class.
Exactly. Definitely not before.
Yeah. So that's the end of Simone 7. Thank you so much for joining me. You're an absolute delight and a breath of fresh air.
Thank you so much. You're so inspiring.
Thank you. Is there anything you'd like to share? Where can everybody find you if they're not following you?
Okay. Follow me. It's my name, at Isabella Boylston on Instagram. And if you want to do a ballet class later, tune into my IG Live at 2 o'clock for the Cindy's ballet class. 2 o'clock Eastern.
2 o'clock Eastern for Cindy's
Yes.
ballet.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's not that far now. You've got like an hour and a bit. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
My
that
pleasure.
was so fun.
Good to finally meet you.
So great to meet you too.
All right. You have a wonderful day.
Okay, you too.
Right,
Bye.